Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can magnetize your ideal life. So I'm here today with Nakula Das. He's been doing a video series with me. We've been talking about various principles of success and semen retention. And Nakula, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, man. So I'm Nakula Does, and I am a student of sexual kung fu, the co-founder of Spiritual Bad Boys with my brother from another mother here, Johnny. I'm dude. I'm so excited for you, man. Like, uh, you have you had an incredible month financially in your business, not just financially. Like, I see your overall lifestyle. You live a really awesome lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that I know myself and so many guys want to achieve and want to aspire to. And that's because it doesn't just include a lot of money, but it includes a time freedom, travel, knowledge, practice. It's very well rounded. It's very inspiring. So I'm looking forward to figuring out how you generated $71,000 in 2 weeks using semen retention.
So first of all, I have to give major props to Nakula, who was, he was a business coach for me for a while, and still is. We met just over a year ago. He was looking for a sexual kung fu teacher, right? You were learning to learn more about semen retention and the lifestyle, and I was learning to learn more about business, basically. And so we started this kind of mastermind together, and I learned a lot about business. He learned a lot about semen retention, sexual kung fu, and I learned the tools to grow my business and scale to the next level and live uh, a freedom lifestyle, basically.
Yeah, man, and you rocked. And one of the things about the way you've done it again is it's not just giving you more money in your pocket, but it's giving you a lifestyle. Because it's one thing to make a lot of money and then be working 24/7. It's another thing to make a lot of money and have lifestyle to go with it, have time to actually use that money to enjoy life or to give back or to build your dreams, whatever it is that you want to do. So you just had a webinar launch. You've got a program, the Multi-Orgasmic Man program. Tell us how semen retention allowed you the results of $71,000 off your last registration, which you had over 100 guys sign up into your program, which again has generated over $70,000 in 2 weeks. The reality is that's more than what most people make in a year. You were able to generate in 2 weeks. Can you draw how semen retention helped you achieve that result?
Yeah, so good question. And to me, these things are completely related. Your ability to control your sexual energy and your ability to manifest in your life. So let's go back. My early 20s. I was looking at porn every day. I was masturbating. I was smoking weed every day. My energy, I was just it's the equivalent of like having a bank account. You're just like spending money every day, just like wildly. Like it seems like you have this endless amount, but all of a sudden it starts to dry up. And that's what was happening to me in my 20s. I was depleting my energy, and I started to hit this brick wall of like, had a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. I didn't know what I was doing in my life. I wasn't able to make any money. I was afraid to talk to women. And that's what attracted me to this work, this work of sexual kung fu. I was doing yoga, I was doing meditation, learning these spiritual disciplines. And I learned about the concept of semen retention and how a man's semen is the essence of his entire being. It's his life force. And once I started to practice semen retention, it was a bit of work to undo these patterns of masturbating every day to porn. But once I was able to do this by having a daily practice, everything shifted around. All of a sudden I built up all this energy. I had all this confidence, this clarity. And I started to, write down my goals, write down and focusing what I actually wanted to accomplish in my life. And just a matter of, doing some work every day to work towards those things. And all of a sudden things start happening. And practicing semen retention gives you the willpower and the energy to accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish. Any man can do this, definitely.
Now, is semen retention alone going to, if someone says, okay, I'm holding my semen for a year or for however long or whatever, is that alone going to generate more money, or is there something else that's required to specifically generate money into our life?
In general, I don't think semen retention alone is enough. It's important to be able to transmute that energy. This is the key. I know you're well aware Napoleon Hill talks about the concept of transmuting sexual energy. And this
That's
is what
right.
it's all about, because when you're just practicing retention, you're just building up all this energy in your balls, which may not be doing you a lot of good. You're just increasing your energy and it may just be stuck here. But once you're doing the practices to move that sexual energy throughout your body, you're transmuting, you're changing the form of that energy. It's like taking this ice and shifting into water, changing into steam. Now it can move, it can travel. And whenever you're focusing on whatever you're intending and the work that you're doing, this sexual energy is pouring into it. And again, having that vision every day of what you want to bring into your life, putting yourself into that vibration, feeling the feeling you've already accomplished it, starts to attract these things into your life. And when you're putting your sexual energy into it on top of it, you're amplifying that and just making yourself a magnet for whatever you're focused on.
So there's still this aspect of needing to learn business skills, success skills, right? Like,
Yes,
because right, when it comes to it, like again, we can retain our semen, we can practice this, but if we don't couple it with some business skills, some business acumen, then we're still not going to generate those results.
definitely. It's important to have an understanding about business, and how to interact basically in the business world, because it's the exchange of money. It's an exchange of energy. And I think that's where my training in qigong and internal practices really came in handy. It was like I
Mm.
started to understand the dynamics of energy flow. And when you start to have an abundance of internal energy, then you just start to radiate this quality of abundance. And all of a sudden you're not afraid to take risks. You're not afraid to just go out and do the things that you want to do. So having an awareness of business on top of that, how to grow a business, how to develop and spread your message to the world, is definitely a recipe for success.
Now, through our mastermind, as you talked about, we got together, we had an exchange of energy. You were teaching me sexual kung fu and still do. And I was teaching everything that I've known, being an entrepreneur for close to 15 years now. Tell me how that translated into strategy. Like, what did you do to generate $71,000 in 2 weeks? What did you actually do?
Good question. And I would say overall, um, my focus has been on just giving value out to the world. It's like you have to give before you receive. And so I started my YouTube channel. I'm giving out a ton of free content. I've got hundreds of videos here on YouTube where I'm just sharing everything I know basically for free. And so people get that value. And then, I started an online training program, Multi-Orgasmic Man. So if people want to really, really go deep into this stuff, then they buy the course and make an investment. And that's an important thing, is that's something you've helped me realize, Nakula, is that um, if you don't value basically your service that you're giving out to the world, like if you don't put a certain price point on it, if you give everything away for free, people don't value it and they won't actually do the work. If someone's giving you something for free, then you're not necessarily going to commit to doing the work and accomplishing it. Whereas if you've made an investment in something, now you've made a commitment and you're going to follow through and do the work that it takes to see the results.
Uh, and one thing you said there that I just want to highlight for everybody is that you have to give first. When it comes to what I find, that when it comes to making money, people think, how am I going to make money? And really what they should be asking is, how am I going to generate value in the world? What can I do to generate value? What can I give to others? And I truly believe everyone has something to give. When people say, I don't have anything to give, no, we have lots to give, but it's about being in that space to be empowered. And for me, I know with semen retention, I can now own my qualities. I can own my leadership abilities, own my influence, and realize that's what I give to the world. I'm giving you leadership. I'm giving you ideas. I never used to value that or thought, I can't make money at that. And now that's how I make money. It's like I just literally make money by organizing and leading people, right? And that was never taught to me in school. That was never taught that that was a skill or it was a valuable skill. I was always taught that you have to go to work, you have to, work hard to get money. But in actuality, I find that if working hard alone generated money, then most people would have money, because most people work hard 50, 60, 70, sometimes more hours a week, but they don't necessarily have money. I think it's a big shift. Now, I want to ask you just also a little bit about why do you think that so many guys struggle to actually generate income in their life?
I think a lot of it is conditioning. That's what it was for me personally, was like these beliefs of lack. Like there's not enough
Mm.
money to go around, because I grew up in a family that didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was always like the language was always like, oh, that's too expensive. We have to get like the cheapest thing possible. And I just completely took on these patterns. So just always having these limitations and this sort of negative self-talk, like I can't really do this, I can't really, no one's going to pay me for this, just being able to overcome that and replace that negative self-talk with positive self-talk. Instead of focusing on the fear and the doubt, you start to focus on the results that you could achieve, because anyone can do anything. So when you start focusing on those potential results, it starts to drive you. And especially when you're passionate about what it is that you're doing, it's one thing to like do something because you want to make money from it. It's another thing to do something because you love it and you want to bring that into the world. And I think that that's where the magic really happens, is when you're in line with your true purpose, whatever that is for you.
I agree. I think that the biggest, at least in my own life, the times I've always been in lack is the times when I've thought about money the most.
Hmm.
And because I was like, I got to make some money, I got to make some money. And it's like that means I don't have it. That means I'm feeling lack, and that's obviously what I'm emanating. And my decisions are coming from a place of lack and not from a place of creation. Or what am I going to create in the world? I think when we move our intention to what we're going to create, and that's what you've done beautifully. You created the YouTube channel, you created an Instagram page. You've got thousands and thousands of people following you, and you give tons of value every single day, and that's coming back to you, and it continues to expand and grow, and you're going to continue to go down that road. Now, one of the things that me and you did that came out of our mastermind was the Spiritual Bad Boys community, where we decided, hey, you've got the sexual kung fu practice, I've got years of entrepreneurship under my belt. Let's teach this. Let's marry these two things together. And exactly what you've done as far as YouTube, Instagram, mailing list, and learning how to do webinars, all of these systems and tools, these business skills, we're teaching these to people inside the Spiritual Bad Boys community, along with sexual kung fu. So it's a full package to actually be able to transform your life. We got a webinar coming up that's going to be introducing guys all over the world to how we're doing this. Do you want to talk a little bit about that webinar and what people can expect when they attend the webinar on February 8th?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a free online training, free webinar, February 8th. Sign up through the link in the description. It's called How to Turn Your Sex Drive into Success. Basically, the focus is going to be what's holding men back in this world from achieving success, and how they can. We all have a massive sex drive. Let's face it; it's driving you to look at porn or to seek girls, whatever. And well, if you imagine that force of drive in your life, and what if you could put that into instead creating success for yourself, growing a business, or stepping into your true purpose on this planet, whatever that may be. So that's what we're going to be covering in this workshop. We're going to give you specific tools, how to create what you want in your life, and I'll be guiding you on practices to transmute your sexual energy as well. So it's going to be a really awesome training. You don't want to miss it, for sure.
Fantastic. And so the descriptions and the links and all that kind of stuff are in the descriptions below. Guys, go ahead. You can register there. Do you want to end off and have any final words before we sign off for today?
I think the really beautiful thing about what we're doing, in Spiritual Bad Boys, is the merging of both the internal mastery and the external mastery. So it's like your internal world, your energy, semen retention, your sexual energy, and the external in creating abundance in your life, growing a business, whatever. Because often these things are out of balance in people. For example, we have a lot of my teachers, they're like internal energy masters, but financially their lives are a wreck. Versus like the
Right.
people who are, they're entrepreneurs, they're making millions, but internally they're unhealthy and disease ridden because they're stressed out. So like being able to balance these things together really gives you the highest fulfillment in life, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I feel like nature is abundant, and so it's natural for us to want abundance because it is our natural state. It is our divine state. It is a quality of our divine qualities, and we're marrying them beautifully in the Spiritual Bad Boys community, and I'm so appreciative of it. And I know, so everybody who's already involved with the movement, they're getting so many benefits.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for joining me, Nakula. Check out Nakula's YouTube channel. He's got a great YouTube channel. Put a link in the description as well. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I will talk to you soon.